because I wasn't quite sure what to color the next teacup. I will try to get back to that next time. I don't quite know if I will finish the teacups in the next video. I kind of hope that I do. Here's hoping I find a topic that I can talk about that long. Today I'm honestly still debating on what topic I should pick. Honestly, I should probably just pick something from pop culture like I normally do. Wow, I'm blanking. I'm just gonna start off coloring one of these birds like orange or something, and we'll go from there. Let's pick this one. He seems cute. Or she, or they. Or, actually, I should probably start in a corner or something, shouldn't I? Let's color this bird over here in the corner. Okay, so since I'm coloring a wing, it's kind of making me think of Wing Hero Hawks. Yeah, so, let's talk about him. That seems fine. I can do that for 16 minutes. Yeah, let's talk about hawks for 16 minutes. The person, not the animal. So, hawks. I really just, every time he comes up, all I can do is think about how much I want to get him away from the Hero Commission, because, let's be honest, part of the thing that's so frustrating is that quite a few of the villains actually have a point. Hero Society does have inherent corruption in it that needs to be rooted out. And, the Hero Commission itself, the Hero Public Safety Commission, is a prime example of that corruption. I mean, the fact that they just more or less bought a child and then made him into a child soldier, very much not okay at all. I don't think the poor tot really had much of a childhood after that. I know there's a lot of fan and speculation about what exactly they did to him there, but regardless of what they may or may not have actually done, the fact of the matter remains that he was indeed a child soldier, groomed from an early age to be a tool for the commission and to replace the previous child soldier. Because as far as I can tell, Lady, how do you pronounce her name? Nagand? I don't really know. I, don't speak the language that show is primarily, written and broadcasted in. And I also have a speech impediment, so I'm probably not saying her name right. But we all know he was meant to replace her once she decided she had enough. They just like making people into tools and using them and then throwing them away when they're not serving them the way they want. And I don't think I should really have to spell out why that is, frankly, disgusting. So that is one of the main reasons Hero Society is actually corrupt, and I just felt really bad for Hawks, because he genuinely just wants to do good. He wants to do the right thing, but he's just been manipulated and controlled his entire life. And I just feel so much I don't even know what to say, because it's not pity, but I just feel so badly for how he's lived. Because even if they did help slingshot him into the spotlight, even if they did help build his hero career, I personally have kind of grown up where you had to be perfect and do everything just right. Same as him, I would assume, but without all of the assassin training. Yeah, no, I didn't have that part of his childhood, but just the expectation that everything you did had to be perfect and everything had to be right and you had to be just right all the time and perfect all the time and do things just so. I know what that feels like, and it's no way to live, and it's no way to raise a child. And, I both empathize and sympathize. And I just really want to get him away from them, because, not only are they no good for him, they're no good for anyone, really. But I just really want to get him away from them. spoiler alert, what happened with Twice. The whole thing that happened with Twice. And then the thing that happened with Hawks' wings. My friend doesn't think they'll grow back, which just hurt my feelings even more. Maybe there's been an update about his wings. I don't really know. It's interesting because I don't read the manga, but I read like the updates and commentary on it. So it's like I'm getting it secondhand, which like isn't always the greatest, but here we are. Honestly, there's so much fanon and like fandom lore and fan fiction that I like more than canon, ironically. That sometimes I just get disappointed hearing what like the official story is. You know? It's like, why would I pay to be disappointed when I could get what I wanted for free? You know, like, dang, just let the boy be happy. Apparently Hawks is really fast, which, I mean, fair, he does have wings, but apparently he's just really fast in general, so that's cool. There's that whole, like, sad situation with his family. I mean, think about it. If a shady government organization is able to pay off your family to raise you themselves, you can't have had that good of a home life to begin with. Either your parents had issues and they were happy to get rid of you, or you were so poor that it didn't matter how much they wanted you, you needed to leave. Either way, just sad. But yeah, with the whole situation with his parents to begin with, yeah, he had some rough origins there, my guy. Some rough origins. And I know that there are like so many parts of his personality that are kind of an act because, you know, he's not really allowed to be himself at all, ever. I mean, look at what they did to the last person who disagreed with their tactics. I don't really want him to end up disappeared or thrown into a cage. Poor guy really doesn't need to feel more trapped than he probably already does with what happened to his wings. Honestly, I need to see what their official reaction to that was, because I know they just see him as an asset. Like, they don't see him as a person, they see him as a tool. I just really wish. I don't necessarily want to see him become a villain, but I just want to see him pull away from the Hero Commission. I want to see him, like, start deprogramming himself. I need to see him go into therapy or something. And I know with the whole, like, war thing going on, that's gonna be kind of hard, but the man needs therapy and closure and deprogramming. Because, honestly, the Hero Commission, kind of cult-like if you think about it, and, well, he's been indoctrinated and groomed and manipulated, emotionally, you know, mistreated for years. I don't think he has a hope of being normal, like, not without some kind of, like, serious therapy. I mean, in my opinion, what happened to me is just, it's on a different, like, level. I mean, it's one thing to have one of your parents be, you know, not great, but an entire governing body with various handlers. Yeah, there's absolutely no way he's gonna be normal, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not really normal. I only had one person messing me up. He had, like, at least 5, not including his parents. I feel like there's a part of him that's still very much a child, and it's not because of his age, it's just because of the fact that he never really got to, like, be a child or to grow up in, like, the proper way. They just expected him to be a perfectly, honed weapon, you know? And they never really account for his needs, for his wants. They just kind of go for what they want or what they need. And, you know, he seems like a nice enough person, but I just don't think he's going to be able to have any healthy relationships. Not any real relationships. And he's probably used to things being conditional and transaction-based. I think, outside of his training from the commission, that he's got to have a lot of trust issues. Yep. Not to mention the fact that the commission is just... I don't think he knows how to live with someone who isn't completely controlling. I love how this ended up being more of an analysis of Hawks' psyche and his part of his backstory than like Hawks himself. But it is what it is. And I'm not editing out the part about the Hero Commission because it's true. Also, I messed up that one bird's tail, but it's fine. You honestly can't really tell from a distance. This isn't terrible. This isn't unsalvageable. There's so many birds and so many colors, there's like no reason that we can't color a bird a certain color. There are red birds and blue birds and black birds, there are yellow birds. There are birds that are like green and orange. It's fine. It's fine. You know who's not fine? Hawks. He's not fine. I mean, we've all seen through that little front that he puts up. Jeez, I really don't want to think about how many masks that poor guy has to wear. And no, I don't mean the face covering kind. I mean it's almost like he was trained at the House of Black and White in a sense, playing the game of faces. We don't even really know how many layers the real Hawks is buried under. We do know he has an inflated sense of duty. No doubt perpetuated and emphasized by the commission, because why wouldn't they? But he definitely has an overinflated sense of duty. Definitely. I honestly don't even know where to put the green, to be honest. One of these should be gray and one of these should be purple. I think the purple should go here. But yeah. I don't know at this point if his friendship with the rabbit hero is all fanon or if any of it is canon, but he's been so isolated for so long, and there's just a lot that isolation does to you mentally. He's honestly probably somewhat emotionally immature in like many of the ways that matter. Like, sure, he's probably been taught how to read people and such, but I don't really know how much he's been taught to socialize and connect with people in like a normal way, instead of just as a way to analyze them or use them or manipulate them, Like, I almost feel bad for him because I don't think he can look at relationships or even normal conversations in a normal way. And it's bad when the neurodivergent person is like, I don't think he knows how to do relationships. The neurodivergent person, who, honestly, he's probably neurodivergent too, but the neurodivergent person who has been mistreated for years, when that person is saying, I really don't think he knows how to do relationships, you know he's in trouble. Yeah, he's in trouble. And like I said, I just felt really bad for him. And I have to wonder how many other people they've done this to, you know, besides the one he's supposed to replace. I mean, he was probably some kind of, like, experimental stage. They probably have other children. I don't know if that's canon or not. I know it's speculation. I don't know if it's ever been confirmed, because I never actually read the original material. I just read, like, commentary, reviews, and speculation, but honestly, it would be a logical conclusion I would come to, even if no one else thought about it, because he can't be, obviously he isn't the first, we do know that, but I just don't think he can be the last. We've seen how quickly they're willing to replace someone if they're a failure, so clearly they have to have someone waiting in the wings, no pun intended, to take over if he fails them. Even if he doesn't, like, switch sides or turn against them or whatever. I'm sure they have some kind of plan for if he fails them, and that's kind of messed up, you know? It's really, honestly, just tragic. And again, it's one of the glaring flaws in Hero Society, the Hero Public Safety Commission itself. Of course, there are other glaring flaws, like the fact that the society does kind of thrive off of and perpetuate. It's honestly a vicious cycle of one thing feeding into the other over and over, but it inherently necessitates, you know, just quirk discrimination, quirkless discrimination, which gets explored a lot in fan fiction, but honestly it's a logical conclusion that A leads to B, and B leads to C, and then unfortunately C feeds back into A, and they just feed into each other over and over. Because if it discriminates against people in jobs and education, for instance, then that means these people are going to have to commit poverty crimes in order to survive. And if these people are committing poverty crimes in order to survive, that means they're going to be designated not just as criminals, but as villains. So the entire system runs on discrimination, because without villains, how can you have heroes? And without heroes, how can you have villains? So it just feeds in over and over and over, and does no one any justice. Honestly, the only people I've seen with a worse sense of justice is the Marines in One Piece. Like, it's that bad. It's that bad. It really is that bad. It's just very warped. And it's sad that he didn't even get a conscious choice to participate in this society, you know? Because if he's a little kid, he doesn't really, you know, if he was a little kid when he was inducted into their program or whatever, then he doesn't really know what he's saying yes to. He doesn't know what sort of grueling things they're going to put him through so that he can be shaped and hammered and honed into the perfect little tool for them. I don't even know if he realizes quite how disposable he is. Surely some part of him does, even if it's not, you know, written on screen or on panel or whatever. Surely part of him has to know. And I think that's so sad, that he has to know how disposable he is. That's tragic. It really is. Because sure, he's a valuable asset right now because he's a good little boy, obedient, perfect, not rebelling. But he has to know deep down that if he's not completely perfect, if they think that he's defective or defecting, he's done for. Even if he doesn't actually want to leave, he must be terrified on some level, and that's just sad. He's honestly a tragedy. I mean, what else can you call it? And it's not that people are insincere or anything. It's not that people are shallow or anything. Whoops. But I do feel like a lot of people get caught up on, like, how pretty he is, or how cool he is, or how, like, you know, bamf he is, or whatever. And I'm not explaining what that is. If you want to know, look it up. I'm not allowed to swear on this channel. But I feel like not everyone thinks about the consequences and the repercussions and the emotional and psychological damage that he's gone through. I don't think some of these people, they don't know what it feels like to be unloved, or for that love to be warped and obsessive. They just don't know. Or what it feels like for the person raising you to be a narcissist. Because believe me, that is not pretty at all. You don't want that. You don't. Let me go get my other colored pencil. Okay, sorry about that. It's not pretty. Believe me, even if you can't see it, Hawks is suffering. Not to be super depressing, but he is suffering. Suffering in silence, and who can see how Hawks is suffering. And this is without the whole, spoiler alert, infiltration of the League of Villains. This is without the whole, spoiler alert, Dobby thing and his wings, and this is, you know, without the whole, spoiler alert, Twice thing. I think a lot of people, they just get blinded by his brilliance, or they laugh at his jokes, or, you know, I feel like it's just not addressed enough that Hawks is broken. He is. I'm not saying that to be cruel, but Hawks is broken. He's broken and struggling, and I feel like it's not talked about enough. I feel like it's not emphasized enough. He is broken. 2, 3, 4. I have like 4 birds left. LOL. This is gonna be interesting. He's broken and he's struggling, and who is he going to turn to? The commission that's gonna throw him away and lock away the key if he snaps. The League, who he's, spoiler alert, openly betrayed. The other heroes who have no idea what he's going through. Yeah. He has no one. It's sad. A little broken bird with little broken wings. Honestly, if he weren't so stuck on being a hero, it would be shockingly easy to get him to turn. Or at least to break him. Like I said, the man needs therapy. I think I need therapy just talking about it. The things most birds want are to be free and to fly. And now he doesn't have either one of those. It's like a ancient tragedy. I was gonna say like a Greek tragedy, but I honestly don't know the exact definition of a Greek tragedy, so I went with ancient tragedy instead. I thought that would be more accurate, you know? Since I don't actually know how accurate the other terminology is. I don't even think we touched on the blackmail. Like, sure, I'm sure he has blackmail material. in regards to the commission. Things he could testify to. Which means if he ever did turn, they would definitely want to put him down and put him down quickly. They'd want to take him out somehow. Or discredit him. But he has blackmail on them. Oh my. But they have blackmail on him too. Missions they had him complete for one. On top of his heritage. That would not be a pretty fight, mon ami. It would not. No. It would not. It's interesting how so many of these characters just have tragic stories. But yeah, it's so fraught with, what's the word? Fraught with turmoil. Maybe. Moral dilemmas. Irony. Because if you think about it, he has a lot in common with Shigaraki. I mean, think about it. Groomed from a young age to fulfill a role. Emotionally and mentally manipulated to be a weapon and a symbol. To carry out missions in their master's stead. Taken when they were young and vulnerable. And in both of their stories, you see how much hero society is corrupt. That doesn't mean that All For One is some kind of savior or good guy, because he's not. But neither is the Hero Commission. The dark truth is that there are no real heroes. Everyone in that world is a villain, whether they know it or not. Just in various shades of villainy. All For One is evil. But he's not corrupt. He is who he says he is. The Commission pretends to be something and someone else. But they're rotten to the core. Neither one of them is a hero. Even the real heroes are a part of a system so corrupt, so entrenched in its corruption, that they are complicit even if they don't want to be. Strange, isn't it, to think that someone like Stain is technically correct, even if he was going about it the wrong way. He's not any more of a villain than the Hero Public Safety Commission themselves, especially grooming a child soldier to commit assassinations. So when you think about it, there aren't any real heroes in My Hero Academia. It should have been called My Villain Academia all along. I love how I just went off on a little tangent at the end. Well, I guess it was still related, but just some food for thought. Not to ruin the mood. I'm not sure how I can ruin a mood I would have created myself, but here we are. I have two birds. And then I'll be done. So I'll just go ahead and do that. I didn't really expect this to be like 30 minutes long, so yeah. It's gonna be over 30 by the end, but not by much. Sorry if I had to burst your bubble, but it's true. Not many people seem to realize that when they're dealing with this manga or this anime, this franchise as a whole, that, really, they're dealing with a dystopia. That it's a dystopian society. That there is corruption at every level. Yes, indeed. I think that makes the story all the more compelling. You know, the fact that technically the people who are designated as villains aren't completely wrong. They may have gone about their message in horrifying and unthinkable ways, but they're not completely wrong. And I think that adds to the horror. I think it adds to the what is the word? Critical flaw in reality. I don't even know. Alright, so I've actually finished this, so I'm going to show you, so get ready to hear sounds of me moving the book. Now it looks like there are like 3 birds, little bird heads along the side that you can see there. But other than that, there are no birds left. I could color those birds, but it's definitely going to be across the line. I guess I could do that. Alright, let's see. Do I want to do red or orange? Maybe red here, orange there. Yeah, let's do that. We can really only get their heads, but that's okay. Because there's no point in coloring over the line. Because if it gets ripped out, you know, it's all for nothing. What really struck me was, at the USJ, and sorry, I'm kind of veering away from Hawks in the last, like, 2 seconds, but when Shigaraki says that heroes are just state-sponsored violence, and that when he commits the same acts, he is a criminal, but when they commit the same acts, they are heroes, that they have the permission, the encouragement, the backing of the government and the Hero Public Safety Commission, he's not wrong. If the heroes did what they do in our society, it would be considered police brutality, cruel and unusual punishment. It would probably break the Geneva Convention, honestly. It would violate some kind of human rights thing. But when he does it, as he pointed out, he's a villain. Why is it that some people are allowed, encouraged, licensed to do the things that he would be arrested for? He's full of it because he doesn't actually believe in his message. And yet, his message actually does hold truth. What does that say about this entire little world? What does it say? So yes, there are many flaws. Hawks is far from the only victim. He's one of the most striking victims. One of the brightest stars in the sky in their little constellation of heroes. this series, but that's one of the largest pieces that I can find. Aside from the fact that Shigaraki wanted to be a hero when he was younger. And yet, when he needed them the most, where were the heroes? Yeah. Not to mention the fact that his own father turned against him. That had to damage his psyche a lot. Shigaraki and Hawks both have father issues, if you think about it. Very interesting. Very interesting that they were both honed to be a weapon, that they are both tools of a higher corrupt power. I don't know that they were necessarily meant to parallel each other, but they do very well, don't you think? That's honestly all for today. I can't believe we almost hit 40 minutes. We are finished for now. I can come back and color the flowers later, at a later date, but right now I have finished coloring all the birds. They look quite lovely, if I do say so myself. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you stayed with me this entire time. I will be coming back with another coloring video soon, which should be another teacup video. I doubt it will be this long because I just kind of went off. But thank you so much for watching, for showing up, for being so patient. Please subscribe if you don't want to miss any new videos. Please like if you enjoyed this one, and if you want to see the past videos like this, there are several playlists, including one